Alright growers, it is officially April here in the garden. So here are the top 10 vegetables that you can start right now from seed, and you'll get a harvest just in time for the summer season. So let's begin. Alright, so number one on this list is strawberries, and as you can see, after maybe a few weeks after planting, you can already see it's like putting out new leaves, so it means it's pretty healthy. And whenever you're planting strawberries, you don't want to bury the crown, or else it could die or it just won't produce anything. But hopefully I'll post a strawberry video in the next coming days or weeks. Still working on that. The next thing that you can grow is basil, even though it might take a while to grow, but this is at least a few weeks later, and as you can see, they all have successfully merged, and they're also throwing out the true leaf, which means basically these ones, the triangle ones, are basically the seed leaves, and then right in the center is the actual basil plant, the actual basil that you eat. So in the next coming days and weeks, this will continue getting bigger and bigger and eventually getting transplanted. You can actually start your tomatoes and cucumbers right now as well, and for both of that, it usually takes about like maybe 7 to 14 days for the seeds to emerge, both of them. So same care for both of them. But when you are planting your tomatoes and cucumbers, make sure they have plenty of full sunlight, or like half shade, half sunlight, so they can like actually produce the fruit quicker as well. And then vegetable number, I believe 5, is my personal favorite. There's 2 different types. One is a bush and one's a pole bean, but it is green beans, and this one is a bush type. But exactly how you can tell like the bean is a bush or a pole is usually it will say bush or not a bush. But as you can see, this one is the exact same thing as this, just different color. So, but that one, this one usually takes about 6 to 8 days to emerge, and then you get the beans in about 50 days. So it's a fast growing crop as well. And then if you really want to have any types of melons, like watermelons or cantaloupe, I'm just using those 2 as like an example because that's the only 2 that I have in my seed collection. But if you want to start watermelon, for example, you want to start these in April in order to get the actual melon, so you don't have to wait until almost like September, and it basically is like a 50% chance of it surviving or dying if you get cold in like September or October. So you want to plant those now, and you should get a harvest in about 90 days, but you want to plant these in full sunlight as well. Another thing that you can plant in April is peanuts, and I'm gonna reattempt to grow these peanuts again this year, so stay tuned for an upcoming video for that one. But hopefully we get a good harvest out of this year's garden from these peanuts. But these ones take about maybe a week or so to sprout, and then maybe 90 to 50 days, I would say, maybe 100 days actually, to actually get a harvest. But they want to be in a full sun area as well. But another thing that you have to grow in your garden, or else you will find that it will be a really good garden or a bad garden just because you didn't add any flowers at all to your garden. So make sure you have at least some flowers, even if it's just marigold or a sunflower. That will benefit your garden because they will attract like butterflies and bees and other insects to the garden that will help you pollinate the flower, which will turn into the fruit. So if you don't have any flowers, it's gonna be a little tricky to do. But hopefully you enjoy this video, and hopefully you found some interesting things about each vegetable, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep on growing.